Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're well. I'm just going to check to make sure you can see me okay. That's right. So we're starting standing up. I'm just going to let you know also, I've got my blanket for later for sitting on when we do our easy cross-legged. So if you've got a blanket or cushion that you might want to sit on later, you can go run and grab that and place it near your mat. And then once you're ready, come to the front of your mat. Feet can be hip width apart, maybe a little bit wider. And just soften the knees, checking that pelvis is in neutral. So you may need to soften the knees a little bit more. And then just close your eyes, spread the toes wide, and check that the waist even through both feet. Lovely long spine with the crown of the head towards the ceiling. Soften the forehead, the face, the shoulders, the fingers, the elbows. Just a few rounds of your natural breath here. Just allowing you the time, the chance to settle into your mat. And this is time for you. A little bit of self-care, a little bit of self-love. Slowly start to lengthen the inhale. Slowing down the exhales. And very slowly, let's just roll that right shoulder back, the left shoulder back, right shoulder back, just nice easy shoulder rolls, left and right and left. So just going to do a few more like this. Nice and easy, eyes are still closed. We're going to use our inhales today to lengthen and lift, and use our exhales to soften on the outside, soften in the inside. Take a big long inhale, float the arms up to shoulder height. Exhale, float the arms down, keep the hands and elbows soft. Inhale, arms up to shoulder height. Exhale, allow the arms to soften down. Inhale, maybe the arms come up a little bit higher, maybe the fingertips up towards the ceiling, maybe not. Work with your own range of movement. Let's do a couple more of those. Exhale, inhale, float up. Exhale to soften down. One more, inhale, float the arms up. Have a lovely, lovely, lovely long stretch here. Lengthening out the sides of the body, feel the shoulder blades lift up. Exhale, soften the arms back down. Bring the palms to the thighs. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, bend the knees. Allow the hips to float back. Lovely long spine, hip hinging all the way down to the floor. And once the fingertips connect to the floor, flutter the eyes open. Place the hands on the floor. Step the right foot back. Left foot back. Come into tabletop. And then spread the fingers wide, push down through the finger pads. Shoulder blades are in neutral on the back of the rib cage. Pelvis in neutral. Have a little sway from side to side, maybe a little shimmy. And then from here, just lean to the right to make a little bit of space, just to bring that left foot forward in between the hands. Keep the top of the right foot in contact with the floor and slowly come up into your kneeling lunge. Gentle hug into the midline. to activate those deep tummy muscles. And then inhale, float the fingertips all the way up towards the ceiling. Lovely long spine. And as you exhale, slowly bring the hands down through to heart. Pause in here for a moment. And slowly allow the hands to come down towards the mat. Lean to the right, sliding that left leg back. Have another little wiggle. And then slowly lean to the left. Bring that right foot forward, low lunge. Top of the left foot in contact with the floor. Slowly come all the way up. Pelvis in neutral, that gentle hug in. Inhale, float the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Lovely long stretch. Exhale, slowly bring the hands down through the heart. Pause in here for a moment. And slowly allow the hands to come down. Slowly bring that right foot back. And then from here, maybe have another little wiggle or a little sway from side to side, or maybe join me in some tabletop hip circles. Checking that you're spreading those fingers wide. Soften the knuckles of the fingers. Just lovely long inhales, lovely soft exhales, and let's change direction. So I'm going to try not to force any of our movements today. I'm going to try not to lock our joints out. Just going to keep everything nice and easy, moving with ease. And then slowly come back to tabletop. Gentle hug into the midline, tuck the toes. Float the knees off the floor, hips are up, down dog. And then just bend those knees. It's our first down dog. So let's bend those knees. Push up through the arms, relax the head and neck. Lengthen the armpits, gentle hug in, hips are high, bent knees. Few deep breaths here. Keeping the length in the spine. Transitioning our hands back to our feet. You can do that by tabletop or keep that gentle hug in. Slowly start to walk the hands back. So I'm leaning to the right, stepping my left hand back, lean to the left and then the right. Hips are high. Heels slowly come down towards the floor. Lengthen that spine, halfway lift. And then slowly hip hinge all the way up. Reach the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Soften those knees, pelvis in neutral. Weight even through both feet. Side bend over to the left. Keep that right foot on the floor. Inhale, center. Exhale, over to the right. Inhale, center. Bend at the elbows, open out that chest, goddess arms. And on your next exhale, just going to hip hinge all the way down. Keep that spine nice and long. And we'll all meet back in our down dog with our bent knees. Hips are high. Set your base. Maybe a little sway from side to side. And then exhale, slowly, slowly, slowly lower the knees to the floor. Slowly come into a child's pose. Bring the lower arms down towards the floor. Keep the ribs lifted, the chest up. Turn the palms to face up towards the ceiling. Few deep breaths here. If this feels uncomfortable for you, just slowly come up to kneeling. And just place the palms on the thighs. So either the child's pose or come to kneeling. And very, very slowly we'll all meet back up into tabletop. Maybe a little sway, a little shimmy, a little wiggle while you set your base. And then from here, just lean to the right. Step that left foot forward, low lunge. Tuck the right toes. Slowly come all the way up. Reach the fingertips. Lovely, lovely, lovely long stretch up towards the ceiling. And exhale, slowly bring the hands down. Left palm to the left thigh, right hand down, right shoulder over that right wrist. And then just bring the belly to the left, coming into your low lunge twist. And just release that right ear down towards that right shoulder. Pause in here. Left palm on that left thigh. And then very, very slowly just bring that left leg back, tabletop. And let's do that on the right. So let's bring that right foot forward, tuck the left toes. Slowly come up to your kneeling lunge. Fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Lovely long stretch. Release the hands, right palm to the right thigh, left hand to the mat, left shoulder over that left wrist. Bring the belly round towards that right. And just release that left ear maybe down, holding it here. Nice and easy. And then very, very slowly, let's come all the way back to our tabletop. Set your base, spreading the fingers. Have a little wiggle, that gentle hug in. Float the knees off the floor, then the hips are up. Just carry on with that little wiggle from side to side. Keep the knees bent. Push up through the arms, weight even through both arms, through the feet. And let's transition to the back of our mat. So slowly lean to the left, step the right hand back, lean to the right, step the left hand back. Or maybe you're coming back via tabletop. And then once you get to the back of the mat, lengthen out that spine, hip hinge all the way up. Reach the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling, weight even through both feet. And as you exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Slowly come back to center. Exhale, bend at the elbows, goddess arms, opening out the chest. Check that you've got that gentle hug in and you're not thrusting the ribs forward. Exhale, hip hinge all the way down. Slowly walk back to your down dog. Set your base in your down dog. Maybe a little sway or wiggle. And then your next exhale, slowly, 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 we'll all meet up in our tabletop. Keep the toes tucked maybe. And as you exhale, round into cat. Inhale, slowly uncurl. Lovely long spine, tabletop. Lean to the right and then step that left foot forward. Slowly come all the way up to your kneeling lunge. Reach your fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, bring the palms down towards the thigh. Round out that back. Keep the right toes tucked. Inhale, lift and lengthen that left leg. Lengthen the spine. Bring the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, slowly, 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 slowly come into your crescent and set your base in your crescent lunge. Pelvis in neutral, that gentle hug in on the ball of the right foot. Hips are square onto the front of the mat, pause in here. And then once you've got your base, bring the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Couple of soft, easy breaths here. And there's still a little bit of movement. As you inhale, you'll feel that little lift. And as you exhale, that little softening down. Bring the hands all the way down to the thigh, the left thigh. And as you exhale, just slowly round the back, slowly lower that right knee down. Place the palms to the floor. Slowly come back to tabletop. And slowly exhale, lengthen out the spine, hip to the heels. Inhale, slowly come all the way back to tabletop. Lean to the left, step that right foot forward, low lunge. Left toes are tucked. Slowly come all the way up to kneeling lunge. Lovely long stretch, fingertips up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, slowly bring the palms down to that right thigh, rounding at the back. And as you inhale, slowly lengthen, lift. Reach the fingertips all the way up. Exhale, soften into your crescent. Bring the hands through to heart. Set your base. Pelvis in neutral on the ball of the left foot. Hips are square, that gentle hug in. And then just gently squeeze that left glute. And then once you've got your base, bring the arms up to the ceiling. And a few soft breaths here. As you inhale, slight movement. Exhale, soften down. And on your next exhale, release the palms to the thighs, round out that spine, slowly lower that left knee down towards the floor, hands towards the mat, sliding that leg back, tabletop. And slowly allow the hips to float back to the heels and lengthening out that spine. Inhale, floating the shoulders over the wrists, tuck the toes, having a little sway, a little wiggle, lifting the knees off the floor, and then sway the hips up high, down dog. Bending the knees, just pausing here for a moment. Having a little sway. And let's bring our hands back to our feet. So I'm leaning to the right so I can bring my left hand back. And I'm shifting the weight to the left hand so I can bring my right hand back. And then we'll all meet at the back of our mat. Lengthen out that spine, hip hinge all the way up. Reach the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Lovely long stretch, weight even through both feet. And exhale, side and left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Bend at the elbows, open up that chest. Either stay here or just bring the elbows in. Maybe interlace the hands behind you. Place the fist, make a big fist, place it on that lower back, opening out the chest. Checking that you're not pushing the hips forward or thrusting the hips forward. Lovely long spine. Knees can be soft or bent to keep that pelvis in neutral. Close the eyes. Just enjoy the opening of the chest. And just slowly release the hands, soften the fingers. Staying here, just a few deep breaths here. And just slowly open the eyes. Reach the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. A lovely long stretch. And as you exhale, just hinging from the hips. Keep that spine nice and long. Hands come to the floor. And then just slowly, slowly, slowly walking your way all the way back to your down dog. And then just soften those knees. Maybe a little sway or wiggle from side to side. Pushing up through the arms and lengthening the armpits. Checking with the hands. Maybe a quick gaze at those hands. Head and neck are nice and relaxed. Your next exhale, slowly lower the knees all the way to the floor, coming to tabletop. Still having that little sway. And then from here, we're going to come into a rolling cat. Toes can be tucked or feet can be flat on the floor. On your next exhale, round into your cat, vertebrae by vertebrae, work with your own range of movement. Inhale, slowly uncurl, long spine. Exhale, float the hips to the heels. Inhale, float all the way up, shoulders over the wrists. Exhale, cat. Inhale, lengthen out that spine, tabletop. Exhale, hip to heels. And then inhale, floating all the way up, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, cat. Inhale, lengthen tabletop. Exhale, hip to heels. And then inhale, shoulders over the wrists. Have a little wiggle. Lean to the right, step that left foot forward. Tuck the right toes, reach the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Hands can come through to heart or palms to the thighs, around that upper back. And as you inhale, lift and lengthen all the way up to your high lunge or crescent lunge. And then soften into crescent, set your base. Bring the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Pause in here. Inhale, lengthen out that left leg. And as you exhale, soften down to crescent. Bring the hands down through to heart center. Rotate left, coming to a nice easy twist. Maybe stay here with the hands at heart, or maybe open out the arms wide to the side. Keep that gentle hug in. And then slowly, slowly, slowly bring the hands back through to heart. Inhale, lengthen, and as you exhale, open out, and then set your base into warrior two. So the head is over the pelvis, that gentle hug in. Check in with that left knee, outside edge of the right foot in contact with the floor. You can soften this right knee, that feels more comfortable for you. You can gaze down that left middle finger. You can look straight ahead, but just soften the shoulders, soften the elbows and the fingers. And then from here, let's reach the left fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Lovely long stretch. And as you exhale, coming into your reverse warrior to the right hand, to that right thigh, and then releasing that right ear down towards that right shoulder. Lovely long stretch, opening out the left side of your body. One more inhale. And as you exhale, wimble this right arm over, swivel the right toe around, slowly coming into your low lunge, hands catch the mat. Bring that right knee down towards the floor, right palm down, coming into a low lunge twist. So the belly's coming around to the left. Left hand can stay on the left thigh, or maybe reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Keep that gentle hug in, leaning back into that right shoulder blade. So the fingertips are pointing straight up to the ceiling, the hands not coming back. Open out the chest, you broad across the collarbone, option to drop that ear down. And exhale, bring the hand back down towards the floor. Maybe lean to the right to slide that left leg all the way back, coming into your tabletop. Set your base. Exhale, round into cat. Toes can be tucked or feet flat on the floor. Inhale, lengthen, tabletop. Exhale, hip to heels. Exhale, float all the way up, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, cat. Inhale, lengthen, tabletop. Exhale, hip to heels. Inhale, shoulders over the wrists. Let's do one more. Cat. And inhale to lengthen and uncurl. Exhale, hips float to the heels. Inhale, shoulders over the wrists. Lean to the left. Bring that right foot forward, low lunge, tuck the left toes. Slowly, slowly, slowly come all the way up to your kneeling lunge. Reach the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Exhale, hands through to heart, or maybe the palms to the thighs. And then slowly round that back. And as you inhale, lift and lengthen, soften into the crescent legs, set your base. Reach the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Gentle squeeze of that left glute, gentle hug in. Just soften the fingers and the elbows. Inhale, lengthen the right leg. As you exhale, soften into crescent, hands through the heart center. Rotate right, maybe pause here. Open the arms out to the side if that feels comfortable for you. Slowly bring the hands through to heart. Inhale, lengthen that right leg, and then slowly open out to warrior two and set your base. So the shoulders are soft, elbows and fingers are soft. Pelvis is neutral, head is over the pelvis. Outside edge of the left foot in contact with the floor. Checking that right knee. Maybe gazing down that right middle finger or straight ahead. And let's reach our right fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, reverse it, left palm to the left thigh, down towards the knee. Keep that gentle hug in. Inhale. And as you exhale, windmill that left arm round, swivel that left foot down. Hands catch the floor, lower the left knee down. Bring the left hand down, left shoulder over that left wrist, right palm to the thigh. Rotate the belly round to the right, come into your low lunge twist, or maybe the fingertips point up towards the ceiling. Either gaze down at the floor, I'm just gazing at my foot. Maybe releasing that left ear towards that left shoulder, holding it here. And exhale, slowly pull back to tabletop. Tuck the toes. Gentle hug in, a little sway. Keep swaying and lift the knees off the floor, swaying as you bring your hips up high to your down dog. Maybe bend the knees or soften the knees, pushing up through the arms, lengthening the armpits, soften the head and neck. Just quickly glance at the hands. And that's very, very slowly make our way back to the back of our mat, walking our hands one at a time, back towards the feet, heels lower down, lengthen out that spine, hip hinge all the way up. Reach the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling, soften the knees, pelvis in neutral. And exhale, side bend left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Bend the elbows, goddess arms. Or maybe you'd like to make a big fist. Bring that fist to your lower back, opening out the chest. Check that you're not pushing the hips forward. Check that you're not pushing the ribs forward. Just draw those ribs in. Maybe close your eyes. Crown of the head towards the ceiling. Slowly release that chest opener. And just allow the arms to rest down by the side of your body. Few breaths here. And let's just roll the right shoulder back, the left shoulder back, the right shoulder back, the left. Maybe you're making a little bit more movement than that you did at the start of practicing your shoulder rolls. Let's do a couple more. And take a nice long inhale. And as you exhale, hip hinge all the way down. And once the hands meet the mat, just flutter the eyes open. Walk the hands forward, down dog. And in this down dog, just sway the hips from side to side. Slowly, slowly, slowly lower the knees down towards the floor. Slowly coming into your tabletop. And in your tabletop, set your base. Check the fingers. And on your next exhale, coming into your cat. And as you inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hips to heels. Inhale, float the shoulders over the wrists. Exhale, cat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hip to heels. Inhale, float the shoulders over the wrists. Exhale, cat. Inhale, lengthen tabletop. Exhale, hip to heels. Just pause in here. Keep the ribs lifted so you're not collapsing the ribs on the thighs. Keep that belly up. Pause in here, arms along. And then push down through the hands or maybe come up onto the fingertips. Push down through the finger pads. Keep the chest lifted. Keep the ribs lifted. And then inhale, float all the way up. Have a little wiggle, maybe a few hip circles here. And then very, very slowly we'll meet up an easy cross-legged. I'm just going to quickly grab a drink. And then once you're in your easy cross-legged, lovely long spine, crown of the head towards the ceiling. I'm going to come into those seat bone circles. I'm going to shift the weight to the left seat bone, then come forward, front left seat bone, round to the right front, side to the back, slowly round. You can have the palms on the thighs, and your hands can just be nice and relaxed. Just keep it nice and slow and controlled. If you want to round the spine as you come towards the back, that's fine. As you come around, if there's anything where you want to linger, please linger. And then slowly carry on making those circles. Keeping the shoulders, elbows and wrists nice and soft. And then just slowly change direction. And then slowly come to center. And then from here, just lengthen out that left leg in front of you. The heel of my right foot is up by my pubic bone. You can bend this left knee. I'm up on my left heel. Just sit up nice and tall. And then just bring the fingertips behind you. Open out that chest. Get a little wiggle, a little sway, a little shimmy. And then just slowly, slowly, slowly start to walk the fingertips forward. It may be more appropriate for you to be here, which is fine. Just stay here. And you can walk forward. Staying here. I'm going to have a few breaths before I lengthen out my left leg. Try and just keep that chest open as you can, broad across the collarbones. So I've still got quite a bit of bend in my left leg. That leg doesn't have to be straight. And it may take a few deep breaths for you to be able to straighten that leg out. Eyes can be closed or the gaze can be soft. And just take your time. You don't have to touch your toes. You can still be on your fingertips, you can still be upright. If it is a little appropriate for you, you can come down onto the lower arms, but just checking in with the back. I'm still staying up on my palms, trying to keep my chest open. Maybe a little sway. And very, very slowly just come all the way up. And let's just soften that knee, bend it a little bit, that feels more comfortable. Inhale to lengthen the spine. As you exhale, slowly come over to that right knee for a nice open chest, open, recline twist. I'm just resting my palms on my right thigh, but you can bring the fingertips to the floor. And inhale, lengthen, and slowly come all the way back to center. And as you exhale, come round to the left. You can be on your fingertips, or you can just rest the hands on that left leg. Maybe gazing over that left shoulder, only if that feels comfortable on your neck, or just join me in keeping your head in neutral. And I've still got my left leg bent. And just slowly come back round to center, sliding that right leg in. Just have a little wiggle from side to side. Maybe a little shimmy of the rib cage from side to side. Shoulders are soft and relaxed. And let's repeat that on the left. So let's just lengthen out that right leg. Remember, your lengthening may be resting on that heel and keeping the bend. Left heel to that pubic bone, sit up nice and tall. You can join me with keeping that leg bent. Let's bring our fingertips behind us, opening out that chest. Crown of the head towards the ceiling. And then just a slow walking forward. You can stay here with a lovely long spine, or you can walk forward a little bit more. Maybe a little sway or a little shimmy if that feels comfortable. And it may take a few deep breaths before you can lengthen the leg out anymore, which is fine. And just remember, each day we're going to feel different. You may feel stiffer one day. One day you may feel a little bit more looser, which is fine. One side might be tighter than the other. And maybe you can lengthen out a little bit more. Just see how you're feeling. And remember, it may be more appropriate for you to keep that knee bent and maybe upright. I'm still on my fingertips. But try not to hyperextend that knee joint. I've now lowered down to my palms. So just do whatever feels appropriate for you. I'm still trying to stay broad across my collarbones, so I'm trying to keep my chest open. Couple more breaths. And then slowly walk up nice and tall. I'm just sliding my heel back in so I can keep that right knee bent. Sit up tall. And then slowly come over to an open twist on the left. I'm resting my hands on my left thigh. Sit up tall, nice easy twist. Then inhale back to center. Exhale, coming over to the right. You can release the fingertips to the floor. You can look over that right shoulder. You can join me staying in neutral. Nice easy twist. And those hands can always be on that right thigh. And then slowly come back round to center, just bringing that leg back in. And then have another little wiggle, another little shimmy. And let's bring our fingertips behind us. One more chest opening. And then from here, let's bring our soles of our feet together. You can stay here and have quite a big diamond shape. You can bring the legs a little bit closer. You can bring the elbows onto the knees, hands on the ankles, and maybe hold onto the feet. I'm just going to sit up nice and tall, weight even on both seat bones. Allow those legs to feel heavy. Long spine, keep that gentle hug in to help with the upward lift of the spine. And just enjoy the opening of the inner thighs. And on your next exhale, if you want to fold forward, please do so. If not, stay up nice and tall, whatever's most appropriate for you. And then very slowly come up nice and tall, easy cross-legged, weight even on both seat bones. Inhale, reach the fingertips all the way to the ceiling. Lovely, lovely, lovely long stretch. Slowly bring the hands down through to heart center. Pause in here. I'm just going to grab my blanket to sit on. You can do the same. Or if it feels more comfortable for you, for this ending part of our session, you can come and lie on your back. So you can come lie on your back with the legs out straight or feet flat on the floor with the knees bent. Or if easy cross-legged is not going to work for you today, or laying on your back, you can just come and lie on one side and crawl up into your fetal position. And whichever position you've chosen to be in, just close your eyes. Get yourself nice and comfy. If you're lying on your back, just allow the backs of the shoulders, the shoulder blades to be in contact with the floor. If you're joining me in easy cross-legged, just lengthen the spine with the crown of the head towards the ceiling. And we're all going to soften our forehead and the space between our eyebrows. Soften the face. The shoulders are soft. The elbows are soft. The hands are soft. If you're lying on the floor, maybe the palms are facing the ceiling. And if you're easy cross-legged, maybe the backs of the hands are resting on the thighs, palms facing the ceiling, fingers are soft. Inhale from the count of 2. And exhale for 2. Inhale for 2. And exhale for the count of 2. Inhale for the count of 2 and exhale for the count of 2. Inhale for the count of 2, exhale for the count of 3. Inhale for 2 and exhale for 3. Inhale for 2 and exhale for 3. Inhale for 2 and exhale for 3. And just carry on in your own time. Inhaling for 2, exhaling for the count of 3. Inhale for 2, exhale for 3. Inhale 2, exhale 3. Inhale for 2 and exhale for 3. And just go back to that natural breath. Just allowing that breath to be, no forcing or controlling. And then just bring your awareness to the parts of the body that are in contact with the mat. And just keep your awareness there. Bring your awareness to the sounds that you may be able to hear in your room, maybe outside. And just keep your awareness on any sounds that you may hear. Bring your awareness to the breath flowing in, the breath flowing out, the breath flowing in through the nose, the breath flowing out through the nose, the breath flowing in, flowing through the body, flowing back out through the nose. And bring your awareness to the parts of your body in contact with the mat. And once more, bring your awareness to the sounds that you can hear, maybe in the room, maybe outside. Just keep the awareness on the sounds. Slowly bring your awareness back to the breath. If you're lying on your back, Just slowly roll to one side, whichever side feels comfortable for you. And we're all going to take a lovely long inhale. Gently exhale out through your mouth. And if you're lying on the side, just push your way up. And we're all meeting an easy cross-legged. And once we're in this easy cross-legged, checking that the weight's even, where seat bones and maybe a little wiggle. Hands can be on the thighs or on the feet. Maybe a little shimmy, the rib cage from side to side. Keeping the eyes closed. And just gently roll the right shoulder back, left shoulder back. Coming back into the shoulder rolls. Creating a little bit more movement in our body. Setting us up to join back in to our Sunday routine. Take a nice long inhale, float the arms and fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, slowly bring the hands back down through to heart center. And allow the thumbs to connect to the chest, to the heartbeat. Soften the fingers, just so those finger pads are touching. Slowly bow the head. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you find peace within. And very, very slowly just flutter your eyes open. So you're gazing at your fingertips. And very, very slowly bring your head all the way up. From my heart to yours, thank you, thank you, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. If you have any comments or any questions, you can type them in below, or you can direct message me on Instagram. But goodbye and enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope to see you soon.